Hey everybody, it's Caitlin. So I have a subscription box for you and I already opened it and then I cried through the whole video, so I'm actually going to remake the video. So, this box is Date in a Crate and I've done it twice now. The first month really sucked. The second month was actually really good. I had already bought a 3-month subscription, so this is my third box. And if you would like to check out the company, it is $15.99 a month for the subscription box, or you can do $16.99 for a one-time box. But I have a 25% off code down in the description box that is just for me. You can't find the code anywhere else. So if you would like to try them 25% off, check out below. The code is Munchkin. But it'll be down in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. So, I already opened this box, like I said, and Date in a Crate, I have mixed feelings about you this month, and if I cry again, we're going to have issues. Okay, so just real quick, me and my husband we've been together for 9 years, and at the moment we are at this place where it's really hard to explain. He works 6 days a week. He's gone from 4 a.m. to about 6 p.m., sometimes later, depending on traffic and the day, because it's an hour-and-a-half drive each way. He then, on Saturdays, will go do welding practice because he has to do that for work. So, so that he can get his certs and start making more money and be a better worker for his job, because he's construction, but he's practicing welding now. So he's only here from about 1 to 2 p.m. on Saturday until Sunday night. So we literally have him for 24 hours, and we have 4 kids. So that 24 hours is time that I feel, oh, don't cry, should be spent with family, and because it's only 1 day a week. But I understand that he works hard. Our kids are 2, 4, 5, and 7. They're at those ages where they fight and they scream and they want everyone's attention, and it's mine. And then I am at that stage in my life where I never leave the kids 24/7, 365. I'm always here. Never, ever. I can't even pee by myself. So I'm at that place where I need him to myself, but I can't be selfish because of the kids. So all 5 of us are fighting for his attention. Don't cry. And he understands that, but he gets so overwhelmed. And then he wants to go out and hang out with his friends as well, and go visit with them, or his brother. He hasn't seen his brother in like 8 weeks. So he wants to be able to go and do that stuff as well. Plus, we need to go shopping for food, and my mom asked him to fix her car. And it's a lot. He has a lot of stress on him. I give him that. But me and the kids really want family time, and it makes it really hard. So he usually spends the day with us, but then he will go out at night because he's Mexican and they drink, and so he'll go to his buddy's house and drink, and then they typically go up to the bar here and they'll drink until 2 a.m. and then he'll come home, which is not a big deal to me. That's how our relationship is. That's not a big deal because the kids are in bed. We got to see him, and he goes to the bar, and I can see the bar from our house. It's not like I think that he's doing anything. I don't feel that he's cheating or anything. But the issue is then on Sunday he just wants to sleep all day, and that's not fair for us, because then if we're loud he gets mad because he has a hangover or whatever. He's 30. I think he's in like this midlife crisis thing, whatever. So it's just us trying to balance our relationship and have a good relationship. And I feel like right now our house burned down. We're living in a house that's pretty much foreclosed on, and we don't know how long we're going to be here. We're living basically paycheck to paycheck right now, even though he's working 6 days a week. Having to pay for a burned down house, having to pay the utilities and bills for this house, 4 kids. We have our dogs, and the reason we don't rehome our dogs is because 2 of them we got on a contract that we would breed back to the breeder. They're all 3 pure breed dogs, and that would be a source of income. We're not all about money, but we signed contracts stating that we would keep them and breed them back to the breeder one time so that they could have a pick of the litter. So then that would allow us to have the rest of the puppies, not by my choice, because if it was up to me I would never breed dogs again, because I did it once and it was horrible. But we're on the contracts, and it's a signed, sealed, we have to do it. So we have the dogs. They just happen to be very big dogs. So at the moment we're stuck in a rut, basically. And now he has to leave for 6 weeks roughly. And that means no income for us. So he's not going to be able to work when he's down there. He's going for family issues back to Mexico, and there is no work down there. So literally we're not going to have any money, and we can't go with him because we can't afford it. And if we leave, we'll leave this house, and we won't have anywhere to come back to. So we are very stressed, and I totally get that. We're stressed to the max, especially him because he works. But anyways, we just need to balance our relationship. So the challenges in here made me cry because, oh my gosh, don't cry. I cry really easy, sorry. The challenges in this box were really hard for me because I'm scared. I'm scared. That's it. Okay. We're just going to go through the box because I'm going to cry if I don't. So, the one I'm scared about, just because the intensity is going to kill me. It wants us to look into each other's eyes for 5 minutes and not laugh or anything. And you're supposed to be able to read from their eyes what they're feeling. And I feel like right now, with as much stress as he has, and then me nagging him to stay home, it's putting a bigger strain on our relationship. So I would hate to do this challenge and see what he's really feeling. But we will make it through this. It's just the rut that we're in right now, and it's getting over the hurdle. And I feel like we'll be fine because we've been together 9 years. We have 4 kids together. Burned down house. Family who doesn't like him. I mean, we've been through hell, and we're still together. So it's just getting over this house drama. That's the biggest thing. Once we can get rid of that, we will be good and we will be fine. It's just so much stress and no money. So, okay. That's Child Challenge. And so basically you look into each other's eyes for 5 minutes. If anyone laughs or smiles or anything, you have to start over. And it says a large portion of communication is nonverbal. Taking the time to look into each other's eyes will let them know you are listening and will improve your communication skills as a couple. And then it says, throughout the month, you should try to do this anytime you are having a conversation. By doing so, you may increase intimacy while making each other's conversations meaningful, even the small ones, which is really cool. My husband is not a talker, but, so this would be really nice, and I've wanted to do this for so long. It's just right now in our relationship, I feel that it would hurt more than anything. So that's why I don't do it. But I really, 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 really want to. I think after the new year, when things have calmed down and we hopefully deal with this house, it'll be a much better time to do that challenge. So I am looking forward to doing that. I may just spontaneously bring it up to him because maybe then that'll help strengthen our relationship, and I'm wrong. So, because I'm typically wrong about things like this when it comes to him because he's more romantic than I give him credit for. It's just me always overanalyzing everything. So, okay, I'll save that one for last because that goes with the other stuff. Story time. Now this one I would never do in a million years. Never, 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 because it's just pointless and stupid. But I would change it. So, what it says is, think back to your first date or even the first time you met your significant other. Retell that story together. Here's the catch. You must take turns saying one word each. That's the stupid part. Not this whole thing. It's just the one word. So you each have to say just one word while telling the story. So if you wanted to say, like, I met my husband at the bakery. That's where I was working at the time, and I was out back and I was getting fired and he watched me get fired. So he actually had gone on a date with my sister, and that's how I met him. But they didn't work out, and she went with his best friend, and it was his 21st birthday. He happened to be driving by on his way to his brother's house for his birthday, and he saw me. So he stood there, and he talked to me for a bit, and then my boss came out and said, Caitlin, can I talk to you? And then he literally walked like 2 feet away from my husband and said, you're fired. And I started crying, and my husband chewed him out and yelled at him, and very romantic, and we've been together ever since. That was in 2007. So, I can't imagine saying, I met you at the bakery. I mean, that's really, really stupid. So, what I would do is be like, we met at the Sultan Bakery. So, do you remember that? What do you remember? And then he would say something, and then I would say something. You know, do something like that back and forth. But one word is just never going to happen. I don't know any relationship who would ever even attempt that. But if it works for you, more power to you. Okay. And so that's that challenge, which I like it, just I would change up a little bit. Okay, and then this one, gracious words. So this one I really liked. It wants you to take a few minutes to think about your relationship and where you've been, then take turns telling your partner 10 things that they do that you really admire. Then, collectively, find 5 biggest strengths in your relationship. I really like that because I could definitely come up with 10 things that I love about him and that I think make him an amazing person. And I don't know if he could think of 10 things about me, but I would hope that he could. And then support is very important in a relationship. Being able to tell your partner all the great things they do will help you strengthen that aspect. I like that. This part down here, I don't know that I could ever do. It says, every night before you go to bed, make it a priority to tell your significant other at least 3 things that they did that day that you appreciated or admired. Well, my husband works 6 days a week from 4 to roughly 6 o'clock. So, 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. We don't see him very much. Kids go to bed at 7, and so he eats and he goes to bed. That's basically what he does on a daily basis because he works so much. So that part I don't know that I could do. I mean, I could try it, but I don't think it would last very long. But the top part, I really love that. I could easily do that, and I think that we would benefit from doing that together. Okay, and then the last one goes with the stuff in the box, and basically you're making tea for yourselves, and it wants you to sit down and watch the sunset or something and have an intimate conversation, which is something that all couples should do and want to do in their relationship. So that's that one. We have this house that we're staying in at the moment is on 5 acres, and it's got a beautiful, beautiful backyard with the tree line in the back, and we have deer that come up all the time. There's a bear, there's some hawks, there's rabbits, all kinds of stuff, and the sunset over the yard is amazing. It is so, so pretty. So I could easily see us making coffee or tea and watching the sunset. That is something that we would definitely do. So I really like that one. And then we get into what's in the box. And the box looks like this when you open it up. It's got all the stuff in it. There's a 5 off $50 order on tea. And then you have some Tranquility tea. And it smells really good. It smells like pears. Very light and fresh. But it's passion flower, linden, pears. Taste. Flavor. There we go. And it's a full size, I would say. Or pretty close to it. And I'm interested to try that because it smells really, really good. So then we got some cookies and cream wafer bites, and it's a small little container. And then we have a creamy dark chocolate filled wafer cookie from Lady Walton's Gourmet Cookies. There's only one in there, and for size comparison. We have a honey stick, and then we've got 2 tea diffusers. And that is everything in this box. So, pros, you made me cry. So, if you make me cry, that means that there's real love in the relationship, and there are things that I want to work out and whatnot. So, that's always a good thing. If you can make me cry, that means I really care. So, there's that. Don't cry again. Oh, my goodness. I would say 3 out of the 4 of these I would definitely do. The 4th one, I would not do the one word back and forth, but I would do the sentences, so I would change that a little bit. The stopwatch, the 5-minute thing, that would be the hardest thing. I think as soon as I started doing it, I would just break down and cry. I think that would be it. And I think he would just find it, oh, that dog. I think he would not take it seriously. I think he would be making faces and whatnot, but I personally think that's really cute, and, you know, it shows that he has a playful side, so I really like that, but I don't know if he would take it seriously. And then the 10 things about a relationship, I could easily do that, and I feel that he would feel more appreciated, and I do think that I'm going to start telling him more things that I appreciate about him. Like when he comes home and, you know, I ask him about his day, and I'll thank you so much for doing what you do, and thank you for helping me with the kids, thank you for helping me with dinner. Whatever he's doing, I need to thank him more. I feel that's a huge thing that I lack. So I like that. And then the tea, we're not huge tea drinkers, but I'm interested to try it, and definitely to watch the sunset. He's not a big talker, but even just sitting in silence and being near each other, I think is something that we could really do. Take out the electronics, because that's what we do these days, is we sit in bed and he's on his phone, I'm on the computer, and it's not like intimate, you know. Let's watch a movie or just sit and stare at the sky, you know, something like that. So I really like these. They're definitely going to be a challenge. They're definitely getting harder as the months go on. The first month was just stupid. The second month had things that I would do, but was more fun and games. And then this one is definitely taking a deep turn into being very intimate and whatnot. So I will totally do these. I think it'll just be hard, but I'm interested and excited to do those. So, as far as these are really cute. I really like those, and they go with the tea, of course, so that's really nice, because I don't have any, since I never drink tea. And then the 3 snacks, this right here is kind of where I'm like, okay, do I stick with this box or not? Because last month, if you saw the video for last month, we got a ton of snacks. We got popcorn and nuts and chocolate and more chocolate, and I think there were Skittles and M&Ms and popcorn and peanuts, and then I think there was a couple other things in there. This month we have 3 things with some tea. Now my thinking is if it's a date box, shouldn't there be 2 of everything? Except for the tea, because that's full size. Shouldn't there be 2 of everything, or at the very least 2 plus 2 is not 3? So they need one more item in here, and these are only like 10-20 cents at the store. So even just one of those, so that was weird to me why they would have just 3 things in there, but whatever, I'm still happy with the box overall. First month I gave a 0 out of 10. Second box I would give a 9 out of 10. This box I would give about a 7 out of 10. I will stick with the company at least one more month, but I think I already said that my husband's going to be leaving for about 6 weeks, and we're not sure when that's going to be. I got to call today and see when he is leaving. So I'm going to have to pause this box until he comes back, but then I will be back for at least one more box then. I'm thinking probably the February box, because it's Valentine's, so that has to be a good box, right? So the box is $15.99 a month if you do a subscription, or $16.99 if you just do a one-time only box. Now the shipping is really weird. I cannot help you with shipping. My October box came October 29th, the day before my anniversary. November box came on December 1st, and this box came yesterday on December 7th. So their shipping is very sporadic, it would seem, but overall, I like the company. I'm mixed feelings on if I would continue this like yearly or whatnot, but I'm going to give it another shot because I liked it enough to continue on for month 4. So, I do have 25% off code down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out and use the code to get 25% off your order. And let me know what you think of this box. Would you pay $15.99 for it if you're still with me after I cried? Or what would you say, what do you think of the box? Let me know what you think. And so, as I said, my husband is going to be leaving for 6 months. I do work for Jamberry, so if you would like to be awesome and host a party with me, that would be amazing, because it could really help me with income while he is gone, because that is my only source of income, since I can't exactly work since I don't drive, and I still have 1 child at home and 2 that are only half-day school. So, if you would like to host a Jamberry party, it is free, and we'll play games, and I'll have prizes and whatnot. And if you would like to join my team, we can talk more about that. It's amazing. I just signed another girl up yesterday, and so far I think she's really, really digging it. And we're going to get her launch party started today. So, if you would like to get added into any of my current groups or Facebook pages or whatnot, check out the description box below or ask any questions. And I will see you probably in February for the next Date in the Crate box, because he's supposed to be leaving here this week or next and not coming back until the end of January. So, I will probably see you February. And as always, check out Crazy Couponing on Twitter and Facebook. And Jamberry, all those links will be down below. And I will see you later, guys. Bye.